2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open the meeting of the Board of Selectmen for Thursday, July 14th, 2022, 2:00 p.m. This is the Town of Paxton Board of Selectmen. We're here by Zoom just for convenience purposes because one of the members is not in town. So just keep in mind that this is a Zoom meeting, and because it's a Zoom meeting, we can see you, hear you, and the meeting is being recorded, and all votes will need to be taken by a roll call vote. So first on the agenda, we have to make a recommendation for the singular warrant article on the special town meeting warrant. As you know, the article refers to the cameras over at Paxton Center School. So I'll entertain any motions for a recommendation.
I'll make a motion that we approve the warrant article.
Okay.
Second.
And all in favor, Kirk?
Aye.
Carol?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Next on the agenda is to increase the amount for the revolving fund for recreation. It's come to my attention that recreation has money in its coffers in excess of the $120,000 cap on the revolving account that we vote on annually at town meeting. Heather looked into this, and we can increase that amount this year through a vote of the Board of Selectmen and the Finance Committee. Is that correct, Heather?
Yes, and Finance Committee voted last week.
Okay, and what did Finance increase it to?
200.
200,000. Okay. So I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to increase the revolving fund account for the recreation to 200,000.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Just a question, is this for FY22 or FY22 and 3?
22.
Just 22. I thought it was. It's before Larissa closes the books, isn't it?
And I think Jeremy had a question. He unmuted for a second.
Correct. That was my question. I just wanted to clarify it was for 22 because that's what finance voted on.
Okay.
That's why I asked as well.
Yep, that's a good distinction to make. Okay. So is there any further discussion?
Nope.
No. All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, Kirk?
Aye.
Carol?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Next on the agenda, we have to approve some year-end transfers. So I am looking at the first one, and it is a request for $291.83 to be transferred from MIS Purchase Services to MIS Equipment, which has a 0 balance, to purchase the town administrator a laptop.
I'll make
Is
a
there a
motion to
motion?
approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor, Kirk?
Aye.
Carol?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye.
You can get a new laptop for $291.
That's a pretty,
It's a balance, I think.
No, so just to clarify, I know there's some questions for Finance night too. So we did 3 transfers just because it's a Surface Pro we're getting in, and we'll actually replace my hard drive as well. The prior town administrator did not have a town issued laptop, so this does everything. It's something I'm very comfortable with. It's a really good piece of equipment. I think the total cost is just over $1,800 and some change. It includes the adapter so that the monitors can plug into it as well. And we pulled from the 3 different accounts into the MIS equipment line just because they were the most related lines that we had. So one was from the MIS Purchase Services, one was the next one, or the last one will be from the town administrator, and I think one will be from the Selectmen. Just with those balances, because it's all related to this office, so we just wanted to keep everything relevant.
Okay, thanks, Heather. So the next one is for the amount of $1,351.64 to be transferred from town administrator salary to MIS equipment. And you heard Heather's explanation. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, Kirk?
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. So then next on the agenda, we have, that's it for transfers. I thought there was 3, Heather. Did we only do 2?
Nope, just
Just,
you did just do 2, but there's a third one. The third one was from the going to the MIS line again, but this one was from
Board of
this one
Selectmen
is
supplies. $160.
yeah, I'm not sure. I have this one as Donna thinks the one we didn't do was the $1,351.64 from TA salary line.
that one was the one we just did.
Okay, then Donna and I misheard. So then it's the 291.83. Oh no, I got a different
That
one
one.
here.
Yep.
60.63, sorry, from MIS equipment to BOS supplies. Is that what the one we're on?
Yeah, so it's not in my packet, but that's okay. So what's the amount?
Okay. So that's from the BOS supplies in the amount of $160.63. And again, that's to transfer to the MIS equipment for the continued compilation of funds for the purchase of the computer.
Okay, great. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve as stated.
Second.
All in favor, Kirk,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. All right, good. So we got those 3. All right, so next is accept the resignation of, I'm gonna
Besnick.
murder this name, Besnick.
Yeah.
Kumani from the
Yeah.
cable committee.
Yep.
So is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Besnick Kumani.
Second.
And on the discussion point, Donna, can you send a thank you letter for Besnick's service to the cable committee?
Yes.
Any further discussion?
Nope.
Nope. All in favor, Kirk,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. The next is to accept the resignation of Rick Trefero as the building commissioner and from the sale of town-owned property committee. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Rick Trefero from the building commissioner and the town-owned property committee.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second with regret.
And any discussion?
No.
Yeah, I do think this is too bad. I mean, I know we've heard complaints from various people, and we were, I think, working on making sure that those kind of complaints were resolved. But my understanding is that Rick is a very thorough building commissioner, and so we will miss him.
Yep.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
No.
And Donna, again, could you please send a letter from us
Yes.
thanking Rick for his time? Okay, all in favor, Kirk,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. Next is to accept the resignation of Tim Grinham from the Capital Improvement Committee.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Tim Grinham from the capital improvement committee.
Seconded.
Any discussion?
I think the committee will miss him. He had a lot of input on that committee while I was on there, so.
That's too bad.
Mhm.
Does anybody know what the reason for the resignation is?
I do.
Who said aye? I'm sorry, I wasn't.
Mark's got his hand up.
I did, Julia.
Okay, go ahead. What was the reason, Mark?
So I'm actually a member of the CIPC committee, and while all of the resignations deserve more than 1 minute of fame, Tim's in particular does. What he could have done was to send in a letter or an email to me, I would think, well, the town clerk resigning, but he instead chose to come to our particular last meeting on June 8th because he wanted to personally tell us why he resigned. And he wanted it to be on record. And I've since checked with him, indicating to him that I was going to speak to his resignation this afternoon. And I think he raised some compelling points and a compelling question. And his question was for all of us to consider, why even have a CIPC committee when the town and the Board of Selectmen are going to do what they want anyways? That was his reason for resigning. And that resonated with all of us. And in particular, he made reference to the articles that we recently put forward were changed 3 times in articles that went before the Board of Selectmen. And each time the funding of those articles were changed. And at the end of the day, they were funding mechanisms that the CIPC completely disagreed with. They called for an increase in the tax rate by way of funding, which we are diametrically as a group and as a committee opposed to. And yet we were still seen as being associated with that particular funding message, and that bothered all of us, including Tim. Privately, he also made reference to the fact that only 2 years ago we lost, through another resignation, our CIPC chairman, who personally took it upon himself to campaign against a particular initiative and was excoriated on his reappointment because of that particular stance, which was completely inappropriate. And he too resigned, and that still festered with Tim as part of his decision.
And did
And
Tim
then-
say that in public meeting, or did Tim say that just to you?
He said that in the presence of other members, which was below a quorum, so therefore not in
It's not
violation
recorded
of
anywhere?
open meeting
Okay.
law.
So I don't, yeah, okay, all right.
So my point is that, and he also invoked some other things, which I think I've made my point. The point is that getting volunteers, as we all know, is very difficult, and getting great ones is even more difficult. And he was a great one. And this is a huge loss to our particular committee. And frankly, I'd go on record as saying it's on town administration and the board for his reasons for resigning. It wasn't to spend more time with his family. It wasn't because of a conflict of work. He just didn't like the way that things were being handled once it left the CIPC committee. So I think going forward, we should all be mindful of that, because this is a big loss for us.
I agree. And you know what I might do is I might like to follow up with Tim directly myself. Okay. So we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? No? Okay. All in favor, Kirk?
Aye.
Carol?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. And Donna, again, if you could send a letter to Tim thanking him for his service, that would be appreciated.
Absolutely.
All right. Next on the agenda is to appoint Jennifer Bridgers to the Board of Registrars until March 31st, 2023. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to appoint Laurie to the Board of Registrars.
Can we appoint Jennifer to the Board of Registrars?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, the letter was to Laurie. Jennifer.
Second.
Any discussion? None. Hearing none. All in favor, Kirk,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
and.
Apologies to Laurie
Votes
for
aye.
appointing her first.
All right, and the last item we have is to appoint Dawn Marie DeRosiers as a full member of the Council on Aging.
Make a motion to appoint Dawn Marie DeRosiers to the COA.
Second.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, Kirk?
Aye.
Carol?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Okay, excellent. All right, Heather, that's all we had. Did you have anything else?
The only thing is, we had debated whether or not we wanted to throw a select board meeting on for Monday. The only other thing the board has to do, and we just forgotten to put on here, is just to appoint our acting or interim building commissioner once Rick retires on the 22nd. So we discussed that with being Mr. Travers, but we didn't put it on here. So I don't know if you want to throw something together before this, before the special town meeting on Monday, just for a few minutes to be able to do that, and anything else that might quickly arise.
Yep, that sounds fine. So if the town meeting is at 7, why don't we plan to convene the Board of Selectmen at 6:30? If that works for everybody?
Yep.
Excellent. And then we can make that appointment then. All right. So I think that's it. Anything else, Kirk or Carol? No?
No,
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.
second,
All in favor, Kirk?
Aye.
Carol?
aye.
And the chair votes aye. We are adjourned.